Step number one, right? First, create your answer document to the summons. All right, you know you're being sued if you receive something that looks like this. All right, this is a summons document in Arizona. It tells you that you're being sued. Here's a complaint. It tells you why you're being sued. And then first thing is you got to create an answer document, and you got to fill out the answer document with the relevant personal information and the case information. These are things like, what's your name? What's the name of the person suing you? What is the name of the attorney of the person suing you? And then you got to put in like your, what's your address, the case number for the case if there's one. You got to do all stuff like that. All right, so step number 2 is you respond to all the allegations that are in the complaint document. All right, so if you're looking at the complaint, you'll notice that it has a bunch of like numbered paragraphs. Each numbered paragraph is a statement against you as the defendant, right? It's a statement the plaintiff is making against you as the defendant. And in the answer document, you respond to that statement in one of 3 ways. You can admit it, you can deny it, or you can deny for lack of knowledge. If you admit it, you're saying everything in this paragraph is true, and when you admit it, it becomes legal fact. All right, the court accepts that paragraph in its entirety if you admit it. Even if there's like something in that paragraph that you don't actually totally agree with, if you admit it, it now becomes legal fact. All right, so if the paragraph says something like, defendant's name is John Alvarez, and that is actually your name, yeah, maybe you can admit it. It probably won't be too bad. But if the paragraph says something like, defendant owes plaintiff $10,000, for account ending in last 4 digits 4659, if you admit that, you're going to lose your case, right? Because you've just admitted what the whole case is about. You just admitted that you owe this debt. But you might say, how do I not admit that if it is like true? You're like, yeah, I do owe Discover Bank like $10,000 on credit card debt. Well, a few things, right? For example, in the paragraph, if it says something like that, if it just gives the last 4 digits of the account number, it doesn't give you the entire account number, does it? How do you know that it's your account? Are you just going to trust the person that's suing you? No, you're not going to trust them, and you shouldn't trust them. Instead of doing that, what you can do, you can deny the paragraph. A lot of attorneys recommend, oftentimes, it's important to remember, I'm not an attorney. I don't give legal advice. This is just like legal information. And denying the paragraph is basically saying, I refuse to admit the paragraph. Or in other words, it's saying, I want the person suing me to prove that this paragraph is true. And you can also, if you're feeling really just indecisive, you can just say deny for lack of knowledge. It's basically the equivalent of saying, I don't know. I don't know if this paragraph is true. I don't have enough information. All right, so that's like a pretty good choice. Really nothing wrong with saying that. Step number trace is list affirmative defenses if applicable. All right, affirmative defenses, this is a fancy word for saying defenses, right? Everybody has a defense to make. It's basically all the reasons why the judge should make you win the case. Some of these defenses are, you don't owe the money. Great defense. You're not the owner or the cosigner of the account. Again, it's not your debt. That's great. The contract was canceled. Great. You have the proof that the debt was paid. So let's say you're suing you for $5,000. You actually paid that $5,000 off like 5 years ago. And they just keep bad records. Happens all the time, especially with hospitals. Really bad at keeping records and finding out who actually owes them money. You're the victim of identity theft, or the statute of limitations has expired. People love talking about the statute of limitations. Oftentimes it does apply. People hear about it. People always look it up. So we're going to talk about it right here in this video.